So you're thinking about grabbing a screwdriver to get that stuck oil filter off your engine. Yes, you can get it off, but put that screwdriver down. Using it is how a simple oil change turns into a tow truck call and a much bigger problem. That filter is stuck for one of two reasons. Either the last person who put it on over-tightened it, or, they forgot the single most important step: lightly oiling the rubber gasket with some fresh engine oil. Without that little bit of oil, the gasket basically bakes itself onto the engine block's metal surface over hundreds of heat cycles. It just fuses on there. The proper spec is almost always just 3/4 to 1 full turn after the gasket first touches the block. In practice, that's only about 10 to 30 foot-pounds of torque, depending on the filter and your vehicle. Anything more just sets you up for this exact headache. About that screwdriver method you've probably seen online, just don't do it. Modern spin-on filters use really thin metal for the canister. Punching a hole in it won't give you the leverage you think it will. The metal will just shred and tear open like a soup can, and it'll spill used oil everywhere. What's worse, you'll be left with the filter's tough, threaded base plate still seized on the engine. But now you have nothing left to grab. It's a surefire way to turn a 20-minute job into a multi-day ordeal. The right way requires the right tool. For a standard spin-on filter that isn't already torn up, you need a cap-style wrench. This is not a one-size-fits-all part. You need the one with the exact flute count and diameter for your specific filter. For example, a lot of Toyota and Lexus models use a 64mm 14 flute cap. A bunch of Fords and Mazdas use a 76mm cap, also with 14 flutes. You have to get the one that fits perfectly and seats all the way down, or it'll just slip and round off the filter. If it does start to slip, here's an old shop trick. Put a small piece of sandpaper grit side in between the cap wrench and the filter. That adds a surprising amount of bite. Now, if your filter is already crushed or damaged, your best bet is an adjustable 3-jaw claw wrench. As you turn it counterclockwise to loosen, the jaws automatically clamp down harder and harder, giving you the grip you need on that messed-up canister. Now, if you have a newer engine with a plastic cartridge filter housing, the rules are completely different and much stricter. Do not, under any circumstance, use adjustable pliers, a regular adjustable wrench, or a 12-point socket on it. You will instantly round off the soft plastic nut, or, even worse, shatter the entire brittle housing. If that happens, your car is completely stranded until you can get a new housing, and that often means a trip to the dealership. The only correct tool here is a shallow 6-point socket of the exact size. These commonly range from 24mm to 32mm, depending on the engine. You have to check the service manual for your specific vehicle to get that size before you even think about starting. Using the wrong tool doesn't just waste your afternoon. It can leave your car undrivable over a simple maintenance job. Spending a few bucks on the right wrench is always cheaper than a tow. And to stop this from happening next time, always remember to put a thin film of fresh oil on the new filter's gasket before you spin it on.